Hey Pokemon fans, Real Mama Eagle here, also known as Key, and today I'm going to talk to you about 7 Pokemon that I find incredibly useless. The opinions in this video are my own, and they're based on Pokemon that have either low base stat total, crappy appearance, or typing that just doesn't fit them. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below and let me know what Pokemon you feel are very useless in battle or just in general. Let's get started. Number 7, Dunsparce. Now, I've definitely dragged Dunsparce in previous videos, mainly because I feel as though they could have given it dragon or bug typing or both, but it was a total missed opportunity and gave it normal typing and a generation that was very blah for normal types as far as moves. Dunsparce suffers from the fact that outside of HP, the base stat totals and where they're distributed are very, very bad. It has criminally low speed, so if you're looking to get a leg up in a big battle or competitive, I would definitely not use a Dunsparce. Its Gen 2 learn set is actually extremely awful. The only noteworthy move is Pursuit, which has a low base power, and there are other dark moves that are way better, so they missed an opportunity. Dunsparce's learn set in Gen 2 was so bad, they had to buff it in the Gen 4 remakes and Sword and Shield with better moves like Dragon Rush, Ancient Power. It's just a mess, and they really missed the mark and could have made this a much better Pokemon. Number 6, Luvdisc. Now, I feel bad because Luvdisc is actually as cute as a button, but I have to drag it here. It's terrible. It is one of the worst Pokemon to take into battle. Its base stat spread is awful. Low HP, low attack, low defense, low special defense. The only redeeming thing is speed, and it's still terrible. So if you want to use it in competitive or a very important battle, good luck to you. I suggest leveling up to like level 60, 70, even 80. That'll make it somewhat decent. They should have given it an evolution to save it, but they didn't do that. Its learn set is so terrible in the original Gen 3 games. Its best 2 moves were Water Gun and Takedown. This is not Gen 1. Why are those Luvdisc's best moves? Its moves were so bad, they had to buff it in the Gen 4 remakes and Gen 8 with fairy type moves. So cute, should have had an evolution, but they gave it criminally low stats and crappy moves, and that's what makes Luvdisc one of the most useless Pokemon. Number 5, Sunkern. I can't stand Sunkern. I never liked Sunkern when I originally played Gen 2. When you first encounter it and see it in the anime, it looks like some evil sunflower sprout that just dropped straight out of hell, and I just always had a problem with its appearance. But what makes Sunkern incredibly useless is its base stat total. It's 180. It's terrible. It's all 30s up and down, so if you're looking to battle, I suggest you teach it the moves you wanted to learn and evolve it to Sunflora immediately. But also don't evolve it to Sunflora because Sunflora is equally terrible. Slightly better spread with stats. Moves are not the worst, but then I have to look at that terrible smiley face pasted on to a horrible sunflower. I don't know what they were thinking, but they could have just kept Sunkern and Sunflora. To this day, I still choose not to acknowledge them, but definitely one of the worst Pokemon evolution lines. Number 4, Delibird. I just realized I'm dragging a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon, but they deserve it because they were given a lot of crappy base stat totals and very crappy moves. So hey, the game is the game. But Delibird makes top 4 on this list for multiple reasons. It was given actually a solid typing and ice and flying, but they didn't capitalize on enough. When you get a Delibird in Gen 2, it can really only learn present leveling up. That is terrible, and I have no idea whose idea that was. It's flying and ice. Maybe let it learn some flying and ice moves, maybe even a normal move. You can teach it fly with an HM, and luckily you already have the fly HM by the time you encounter a Delibird. Same thing with the ice. If you have ice TM, you can teach it an ice move, but the fact that you have to manually teach it moves it should already know by default makes it terrible. I don't even hate its design, to be honest. That's the least of my concerns. Its base stat total is also garbage. It pretty much has average special attack and speed, but pretty much 50 plus or below everything as far as HP defense. So in a battle, it's not going to do much for you unless it's over leveled. But I have no idea why they decided we're going to make this ice and flying Pokemon. But guess what? Don't learn ice and flying moves. Brilliant. Luckily, they buffed it a little bit. It can learn a lot more TMs in later generations, but still has a crappy learn set to this day. Number 3, all baby Pokemon. All of them. It does not matter which one, they're all terrible. I understand that they initially introduced baby Pokemon in Gen 2 because they wanted to let us have fun with the breeding mechanic and learn a bit about it. And I use the breeding. I breeded many Eevee eggs in my day, but baby Pokemon are just a layover on the way to the evolution that you really want. They have incredibly low base stat totals, can simply get one shot at repeatedly in battle and pretty much learn or offer nothing. So they're pretty much useless until their evolution. So it's not to say they're not cute as a button, that they don't offer some lore and some story, but the fact that they literally have no purpose until you evolve them makes them incredibly useless. Number 2, Smeargle. Smeargle to me is actually one of the cutest and best designed Pokemon in Gen 2 and had a ton of potential, but I just hate the gimmick they decided to pair with it. You have to be the most patient person ever to have a Smeargle in battle, and you have to have just the ability to wait in battles and see what's being given to you, because Smeargle is a Pokemon that the moves it can learn besides Sketch are based off what you sketch in battle. It does learn Sketch every 10 levels, but you have to basically sit in battle, hope that your opponent throws out a good move for your Smeargle to sketch. You could think that a Shadow Ball is coming and you want to sketch that, but then it throws out Scratch, and then you learn Scratch. It also has incredibly low stats, base stat total all around, criminally low, very slow, low attack, low HP, low everything, just a nightmare to use in battle. And if you're not learning the moves that you want to learn with Sketch, you're going to have a bunch of moves that you hate, i.e. Smeargle won't be very powerful in battle. So it could be a very frustrating Pokemon and very useless if not used correctly. Number 1, Unown. Unown is one of the worst Pokemon of all time to me and the most useless. It's really frustrating because when you find it in the ruins of Alph, there's so much potential, but they decided to give you a Pokemon that was cool looking. You could pretty much find different types of Unown, but that's it. Good luck in battle with one because it has probably some of the worst base stat spread ever, very close to baby Pokemon level where it's not going to give you an advantage in any particular metric. Don't use it in competitive, don't use it in a big battle unless it's seriously over leveled, but good luck over leveling it because it's like playing Russian roulette. You only get hidden power, which gets 60 base power, which is not terrible, but hidden power's type varies, so you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to have a super effective move or a move that's not effective or a move that doesn't hit at all. So you're going to find yourself switching out a lot with a Unown in your party because you don't know if that hidden power is going to be effective on the Pokemon you're facing. It is just completely useless and just a headache to use. I tried to use one in Gen 2. It was such a mistake. Never again. I just don't know what they were thinking, and I don't know why they couldn't give it some decent psychic moves. I could have overlooked the bad base stat total, but Unown is definitely the most useless Pokemon of all time. Do you agree or disagree? I want to know in the comments section below what Pokemon you find incredibly useless and the Pokemon that you just do not want to be bothered with for any reason. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm Real Mama Eagle on all social media platforms, and I do live streams at twitch.tv/RealMamaEagle on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I do appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.